待ってたぞ。では今日の予定を聞こうか。
何かご準備はいつでもバッチリです。
Oh, of course. Of course you're here when I'm playing the waifu game. Of course you're here when I'm playing the waifu game. You're here when I'm playing the waifu game. You're here frame 1. I'm playing the waifu game. You gonna be here when I play Kamen Rider? No? No. You hear frame 1 when the generic anime waifus. Yep, I know. I know how you work. I know how you function. You saw Gacha homework, you're looking for the waifus. Well, lucky for you, the waifus in this game are overpowered. This chick is strongest character in the game currently. Well, you're in for a treat, I guess. We gotta finish this up. We have no male characters coming to this game like within like the next several months, which sucks because I'm not into the whole waifu thing. Well, you get to see do their boob fusion. It looks so dumb. Transfer their back pain to each other. Boob fusion.
せもあれ。これはどうです？終わりの時だ。ほらほら、外しません。これはどうです？やっぱり
There's no male character. I think they just did the CN version stream a while back, and there's no male character even announced, not even teased. I'm like, man, I'm not into the whole waifu thing. The male characters in this game are really cool looking, but they don't even want to make a single one anymore. We're dying out here. Cool dude likers. I don't know if I can do this one. I don't think I'm strong enough. Try. Yeah, it does this damn gimmick. No, you gotta go. Yeah, I don't think this is happening. Stat check. I'm not passing the stat check. Skill check, yes. Stat check, no. A minute to take off 120 health bars. Not happening. Give it an honest try, though. Good old mobile game timers. This game actually doesn't have too many mobile game timers, but it's mostly because the other characters aren't doing damage. So I need to change the team. Nah, not happening. Filtered by a stat check. It's not even worth trying. That's a pure stat check right there. I have not done enough grinding to do that. There's no amount of skill is going to do that. I have to level up the characters more. It's probably like maybe just barely possible, but I'm not gonna lose hair over that. I'm not losing hair over that. It's not worth it. How many more do I need? I need 3 more pulls. So I need 550 more grind bits. What's up, Marcy? 30 grind bits right here. Nice. We'll be all immersed in this story because I'm skipping it. Jack from Stranger of Paradise is my spirit animal. Chronic cutscene skipper. I just never have cared about story in any service game. It's not wise to read it. It's either it doesn't ever have an ending, or it ends abruptly. That's what DFO is like. You know, the DFO story has been going on longer than, like, Dragon Ball Z and GT combined. It's been going on for almost 20 years. It's no end in sight. Can you imagine actually reading that? Like, when you're in grade school, when you started playing the game, you would be like a college graduate now. That's how long that story's been going. Like 19 years. It's been going as long as this channel's been running. No end in sight. That's like the alternative to what normally happens with games like this, where the game shuts down and there's no, like, conclusion at all. It's just, sorry, you guys didn't donate enough, so we're not going to finish the story. With DFO, it's like this story's still going to be going when you're in a retirement home. You're going to be logging in on your Steam Deck. The story's still going. Will have been like 30 years at that point. It's still going. Yeah. The story in DFO has been going almost as long as One Piece. Let's think about that for a second. One Piece is like the longest running serialized story right now. DFO is pretty close. 20th anniversary is in a few months. There's probably somebody that has been playing, like, since 2005 and is, like, waiting for a conclusion. I'm like, man, I just skip all that shit, honestly. Even if I was invested in it, it would take more investment than watching One Piece. Yeah, DFO's story has been going since 2005. Same, well, they've done like a number of retcons and stuff, but yeah, it has been going since 2005. The problem with it is it's just Korean Dragon Ball. That's all it really is. They took the Dragon Ball Shonen anime formula and made it a MMO story, so, you know, you grind to beat some new powerful being, and then another one comes out of nowhere, and you've got to grind to beat that one. And it's been repeating for 19 years. A really long time. I hate when they make me play as characters I don't like. Is the mouse gonna work? Thank you. Play as garbage characters like her. She sucks. Just let me play my OP character and get this done quicker. I never like doing a story in service games. But I'm kind of forced to right now. That's alright. The AI died anyway. I think the best is Tales of Crestoria, where they like alluded to like Yuri turning evil or something, and then immediately after that they shut the game down. They shut the game down like immediately after. They ended on a huge cliffhanger. like, oh no, Yuri's turning evil. Sorry. Sorry, you guys didn't donate enough money. We're shutting down. We're sorry you read all that crap. There's no ending. Like, cool. But people read hours and hours and hours of story and there's no conclusion. Nice. Literal pointless story. They did that with Luminaria as well. That was the same thing. Luminaria was supposed to be story focused. I'm like, dude, that's gonna make me not play your game. As soon as you say that, I'm not gonna play the game. Plain and simple. Just focus on the gameplay. You know, One Piece will end eventually, right? It's just taking like 80 years, but it will end eventually. These game story modes almost never finish. Literal waste of time to read it. Come on, don't give me a gimmick, boss. I just want the crystals. The Tales games died out because there was only one that actually played like a Tales game. Problem with Crestoria is it's turn-based, so like... It's just like, why would you play that over Fate Grand Order? There's no reason. Fate Grand Order is like, you know, Genshin Impact and stuff. Like, you know you can invest in it. There may be better games, but you can invest in it because it's successful, so it won't shut down. The Crestoria was like a turn-based Tales game. It's already like should be illegal. Shouldn't be turn-based Tales games in the first place. But like, there's better games you can play for that gameplay. So why would you play Crestoria? They did have the story, which apparently was pretty well received at the start, but I was smart enough to not play it because I knew that the story would not be finished. And I was right. It ended on the worst cliffhanger. And they basically told people he didn't spend enough money, so we're shutting down. Literal waste of time to read all that. Like, yeah, man, I play these games. Skip buttons coming out. I hate this gimmick boss. Just die. Just give me a normal boss that just dies quick. I hate doing story. I want repeatable gameplay modes with no cutscenes. Please just die. No, you're dead. No more. Come on, no more gimmicks. Just die. Just die. If they gave me actual good characters, this would be better. A gimmick boss with crap characters. What I don't like about these story modes is they never just let you play as your own characters. What I understand, the Raze team was not allowed to work on the mainline Tales series. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. Like, they were barred from working on the actual Tales games, which is why Raze actually played like a Tales game. A really dumbed down one, but... No, let me skip. Yeah, I heard about that. I saw the gameplay for those previous Kingdom Hearts gachas. It looked really bad. It's like, hey, let's tie important story beats to a literal Flash game. Tied it to a Flash game. Like, the gameplay looks so bad. It looked terrible. I'm like, dude, I'm glad I can just enjoy games for gameplay, and I'm not really a really big story-oriented gamer, because you're gonna pull stunts like that. That just sucks. Yeah, and the game looked like barely a game to begin with. KOF All-Star story, the ending apparently was that it was all a dream. I'm not making this up. The ending was that it was all a dream. So, rest in peace to anybody who read all that crap too. I knew better. That's what I heard the final story chapter for KOF All-Star was all a dream. Like, wow, incredible writing. Incredible writing. You put a lot of effort into that story, huh? It's all a dream? That's the story? That game ran for like 6 years. That's how they ended it. Like, just don't even finish the story at that point. Isn't that like Missing Link game like Vaporware? They announced that game like 3 years ago or something, and it's still not out. And they think they just announced another delay for it. I'm like, can you stop announcing stuff so soon? They like announced that game with gameplay, but it's like nowhere near done somehow. Even though it looked far along enough to have like a trailer with gameplay footage, but must be something seriously wrong with that project. I feel like that game's gonna meet the same fate as DMC Peak of Combat, where they like won't have a PC port, or they won't have controller support, and everybody's just gonna complain about that, and they won't add it. That's what's happening with Peak of Combat. There's no PC port. It's pretty heavy on the phone. Like, just make a PC port. This game I'm playing right now had the same problem, but they actually did make a PC port. And it runs on Steam Deck perfectly. That was all it took for me to keep playing this game. I liked this game, but I hated playing on the emulator. I feel like the only reason they announced KH4 so soon is because they're trying to not repeat the mistakes of Blizzard and have like an anniversary with no mainline game, just some gacha game. They were trying to avoid that, but like they were nowhere near ready to announce that game. It's probably a Bayonetta 3 situation where the only stuff they had was in that trailer. And Bayonetta 3 apparently was vaporware for so long because when they announced it, they like barely had started working on it. Well, yeah, but I'm saying they also announced it because they knew they had a mobile game to announce. That BlizzCon, where they announced Diablo Immortal, has completely changed how games get announced now. You can't announce a gacha by itself. Like, you just can't do that. If you announce a gacha, you have to show, like, even just, like, a logo of a mainline game to get people off their back. Diablo Immortal is a blessing in disguise. Blizzard's the secret hero of the game industry, preventing that crap. Can't do that anymore. I mean, a Kingdom Hearts game with decent combat that gets updated could be good, but there's a number of things they need to work on. For one, they need a PC port day one. The monetization needs to be fair. If it's predatory, that's the only thing they're gonna hear. The Crisis Core remake, I'm not a Final Fantasy fan, but that looked like the kind of side game I would want for Tales, you know? Like, okay, we're using assets from the FF7 remake. It's very blatant. Like, almost all the assets are recycled from that, but they're using it to, you know, for a good reason, which is a lot of people didn't get to play Crisis Core. It was a PSP game and it never got any kind of port. But they didn't want to just, like, remaster the game because it's too old looking, so they're just going to take the assets of 7 Remake and just repurpose it into a... They called it a remaster, but it's basically a remake. It just wasn't... it wasn't high budget. It didn't need to be. Zack is going in the same places as, you know, the original game, so... Do they really need to remake it? No, they just use all that same stuff.
どうやら戻ってきちゃったみたい。
扉を間違えたか。行くぞ。正しい扉はもう分かってる。
来るものよからず油断は禁物。またここ。敵を倒した後だ。どうやら戻ってきちゃったみたいな。
扉を間違えたか。行くぞ。正しい扉はもう分かってる。
またここ。
This is so dumb, man. This is why I hate the story. I hate story in these games.
行くぞ。
Like, dude, I don't play this game for the story. Can we just, like, not do this? No more of this.
来るものよ油断は禁物。ようやく着いたわ。
Gonna have to do this anyway to get the synergies for characters, so might as well.
お姉さんへのご褒美何かしら。
I heard Recoded actually had like really good combat. I've heard people really hyping up the combat in that game, but it's held back by crap DS graphics, which those graphics weren't good. They weren't good like back then. I actually thought the DS was a major downgrade from Game Boy Advance. The graphics were so much worse. I didn't really want to go back to N64 graphics. That was my thought as a teenager. Well, actually, I was about 20 when the DS came out. Like, I don't really want to go back to DS graphics. Game Boy Advance had some incredible pixel art, then the pixel art kind of disappeared when the DS came out. Hey, I got the Kamen Rider guy, cool. Alright, I think I'm done now. There we go, finish the event. Cool, let's play another game now.
準備はいつでもバッチリ。
Oh, my favorite. I love gimmicks. Gimmicks are the best. We like gimmicks around here.
ごい。
Alright, let me see if there's anything else to do today, but I finished the event. That was the only thing I really wanted to do. Get that done. Yeah, I think we're done for today. Let's play some Overrider. No, I think the crap DS graphics hold that game back too. The transition from the Game Boy Advance to the DS was the same as like SNES to N64. You just got less really nice looking pixel art that's timeless. And we went to really crap 3D graphics and like below 30 FPS gameplay. That's pretty much what happened. That happened twice. SNES to N64 and then Game Boy Advance to DS. There were still pixel art games on DS, but there were a lot less. I'm like, man, I was kind of happy to be away from that. The games ran better. Went to PS2, like almost every action game worth playing was 60. Even some of the turn-based RPGs were. Well, maybe somebody will remake that game in Kingdom Hearts 2. They're already remaking, they're remaking 358. They're remaking that game in Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm not making this up. They're fully remaking that game in KH2. Which is just nuts to me that that's even possible, but that's what they're doing. Waiting on the new CPU and cooler? Yeah, it should be a big upgrade. You definitely don't want to... There's never a good time to upgrade your computer. That's what a lot of people don't understand. They're like, you just keep waiting for the new one. Like, you know, the new one might not even work properly. If you have the money, just do it. Especially because when they do hardware refreshes, a lot of times they're just like equal to the old one. But maybe they're like a little bit faster. But it's not enough to really worry. That's why I got my graphics card when I did. Like, yeah, I could barely afford it, but does it really matter? You get it when you can. You get it when you can and pay it off wherever you can, which is what I'm doing. Yeah, these games are getting bigger and bigger. Definitely, you're gonna need more space eventually. It should say a lot that my main apprehension to getting God of War Ragnarok for the roguelike mode is that the game is like 175 gigs. So, 175 gigs for a side mode is pretty nuts. That's a lot of space. PC port of FF15 is not that great. The 16 one is a lot better, despite being more demanding. It's actually a better port. I think there were a lot of problems with that port when it came out. FF16 port is way better than I thought it would be. Surprised I had pretty much no problems. Expect any kind of modern console port to just be unplayable, but it actually is very good. It's mostly, ironically, in town is when it would drop frames, but like in combat, it's almost locked 120. bodied. Good fight. This game is awesome. This would win one of my game awards for the year. This game is really cool. Roguelikes have been really boring lately with all the Hades and Vampire Survivors clones. This game is doing something different, and it does it quite well, especially for early access. Alright, that's some pretty significant upgrades. Alright, so I gotta go here now. Hey, good night. Yeah, I'm not gonna be on much longer. I already did a stream today. I did a stream and like 2 videos today, so... Or yesterday. I'm really liking this game, though. Hope people enjoy watching it as I enjoy playing it. Definitely one of my most anticipated games this year was this. It hasn't disappointed and really been having fun with it. I just disappeared. Okay. You okay there, game? What was that? I'm glad it recovered. This run's really not that great anyway. I don't really have don't have a good build currently. I wouldn't have been too upset if it soft locked, but luckily it fixed itself. These enemies are very unfun. They're not very fun to play either. They're actually like the character I like playing the least, because you can do like air combos and stuff, but you can't get down quick. It doesn't feel very efficient to use them. Maybe there's like an upgrade that makes it so they can get back down quicker. Yeah, they're very annoying to fight. This run's toast. Too many of these obnoxious enemies. I've got no good upgrades at all. This is the worst run of this game I've pretty much done yet. That's gotten this far anyway. Just complete junk. No good drops. Yeah, mercy kill that run. That was embarrassingly bad. Oh, got a big waiting list here. I hope I can help some of these people. Can't help you. Can help you. One out of the pile. Oh, two. Alright. Oh, three. I think I can make one of those.